Hey everybody, Dan here with Fin Feather for Outfitters. Today we're looking at the CZ P-10S. I remember this was released 7 years ago. It came out the same day as the full-size P-10F because the P-10C was such a popular model. CZ decided to expand the line. This was one of the offerings. It was a big hit at SHOT Show. I was there. It was huge. Can't wait to talk about it, so let's do it. The CZ P-10S has a 3.5-inch barrel and 12 round magazines. It also has some aftermarket support. This is a +2 base plate. I can't remember where I got it. I remember I wanted it for an additional 2 rounds for this P-10S, but they also made some improvements. They made it optic ready, but the models now are no longer optic ready. Now, 7 years ago, it was cutting edge to have optics ready handguns. Optics weren't very popular at that time, but would you believe this handgun used to sell for $550? Maybe a little bit less. Now the MSRP is $399. Is that because these weren't selling? I don't think so. I think the P10 series has sold very well. CZ decided to drop the price significantly. So the price dropped, but yet the quality remained the same. Now, one of the big issues with the P10C is that they made an ambidextrous magazine release. All right, and what happened was, and I have this model, and it was irritating at the time, is that the mag release was so stiff. And CZ changed it with this model. They said, you know what? The consumers are right. The shooters are right. The magazine's too stiff, hard to release. Yeah, you could drop the trigger finger, but most shooters don't want to do that. So instead, they made this reversible. Okay, you can see that little hole in there. Easy to reverse out. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it's super simple. So it is left-handed friendly. Very easy disassemble. They made this a mid-size carry gun, okay, with a 3.5-inch barrel, 12 round magazines. It has become more and more popular, at least the size has. The micro double stack 9mm handguns was right around the 3-inch barrel. Now the trend is 3.5-inch barrel, and think about it this way, CZ was ahead of the curve as far as that is concerned. They came out with a flat trigger with the trigger tab in there, forward serrations. I mentioned this is optic ready, but if you don't have the optic ready model, you're going to get a tritium front dot and serrated black rear sights for a very nice sight picture. It also has a memory pad right there for the weak side thumb or the trigger finger when not shooting. I do like these serrations. I'm one of those guys that uses press checks every now and again. Not too often, but I do. And a 1-slot accessory rail. The trigger itself, I think, was much improved. Not that the P10C needed it that much, but you ever notice when a new model comes out, it gets tweaked with the series that they eventually create, and this got tweaked a little bit. That trigger breaks so nicely, right around 4.5 pounds with a reset right there. Let me show you that again, because that reset is very short. Excellent trigger, excellent sight picture. If you get the optics ready model, consider it a bonus because you don't see those too often, and perhaps people carrying handguns aren't using it, and CZ figured they could cut the costs by making them not optic ready. I don't know, but it does have an ambidextrous slide stop and a nice grip texture, and that's another thing they changed. The P10C, the original, had extremely aggressive grip texturing, and this one not so much. Offers a couple different back straps. Let's go ahead and take a look at the internals. I'm going to first pull the trigger, move the slide back a little bit, and off comes the slide from the frame. Polymer frame striker fire handgun became so popular. Dual uncaptured recoil spring, 3.5-inch barrel. CZ did a nice job immediately with the P-10C. They said this is a Glock killer. They were saying that way back then. Everything is a Glock killer. Well, if there was ever a handgun that had a chance to be a Glock killer, I do believe it would be the P-10 series. We could talk about the PDP, the M&P models, all those, but this was really known as that upon its release in 2018. Beautiful handgun, nice CCW handgun, not overly heavy, has a great feel to it, excellent shooting. When you fire this at the range, it just gives you that full-size sensation, it builds confidence, and you say, you know, that's something I could carry because I really like the way it shoots. CZ, the P-10 series, it keeps growing. The P-10S was a big hit. I think it still is. Let me know if this is something you carry or something you're interested in the future. Once again, Dan here with Fin Feather for Outfitters. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.